Yeah, she was very upset. I did not inform her about my health situation.
Really?
Well, she's a worrier. And it was one of those things where do you inform certain people, not to get all stoic and get all deep and dark and philosophical right off the bat, but, oh, what do you got there?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt your story, but
I kind of, beer's more fun than death. I'll take that anytime.
I think you can guess why I was so excited that you wanted to do this in the evening as opposed to the morning.
Yes, I do. But hey, I had a good day today too. So, but anyway, a good friend of ours that you know, here's my soda water to you. She's very motherly because she's a mother and she's a good friend. And she loves me and cares about me and all that. And she was pissed that I didn't tell her because I made my announcement on Facebook that, hey, everything's all right. Green light. We're good to go. What is it, torpedo?
Extra. I'm drinking this. It's like almost 8%, and I have an empty stomach. So this could be fun.
You're going to get fun later on? Okay. All right. Good enough.
Say half an hour, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, remember that time you tried Rumplemints when I came to town? I'll never forget your face.
Cuddle Wookums was pissed at the both of us. And that was back when she liked Clarey too.
That's the first time we met. And then we were at the Egg and I place or whatever the breakfast place, and you were
golden nugget,
golden nugget. And then I was like at about half capacity. I was like, I'm a little hungover, and you were, you got introduced to the rumpy then, didn't you?
I was so like you were buying me breakfast, and I was still so sick. All I could get was like some toast. I remember that. And there's a picture of us on Facebook or something where we're both just sitting there slumped over.
So good times.
I would like to cheers to Cuddle Wookums. Hey,
to Cuddle Wookums.
Cuddle Wookums.
Enjoy your pussy boyfriend, husband who you'll divorce later. He'll probably cheat on you, or he'll be a pussy.
But I keep interrupting you. Sorry, you were saying.
All right, anyway, so the whole point is a good friend that I have. I think you guys are friends on the internet as well. She's a very nice, sweet girl. She was pissed off that I didn't tell her about my health condition, which apparently there is none. Thank God. And that's exactly why I didn't tell her, because there are the worriers. There are the people like I was even debating about telling my mom.
My mom was upset this morning when I told
I didn't tell her or something.
We were talking on the phone, and she saw your Facebook status and goes, "What happened to Aaron?" And I go, "Well, it wasn't really announced, but he had, a little bit of a health scare there." And she's like,
"Weird, tiny one.
Why didn't you tell me?" I'm like, "I didn't think he wanted me to tell you." So
yeah, it was I hate to say it. There's two things. There's who's your family, and my family is you assholes on the internet. That's really what it is. Look, the bearded nemophilist. Before we even began, he already donated $5, and we got Ray John already writing and says, "I could suck my own cock."
Is he there?
Yeah, he's there.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah, this is my family. You idiots, you morons, you schmoes are my fucking family, and I felt obliged to tell people something, but at the same time, I wanted to balance it. I didn't want to make it like women slicing, like when women slice the wrists, what they're trying to do?
Get attention.
Right. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to, oh my God. I didn't want to do that. And on top of it, there was no reason to sound the alarms until we knew for sure. And me going through it and worrying, like, just, you might have cancer. Well, holy shit. That shakes you to the core a little bit. Do you want to put your mom through that? And do you want to put other people who, I told my dad, I think the men need to know, and I think my family needed to know. So I need, my digital family. But there were some people that, because of either their personalities or their demeanor, a lot of them, I won't lie, it's because they're women. And they'd worry way too much. And what is the point of putting them through that if it turns out to be nothing? Which thankfully it was. It's absolutely fucking nothing. I'm actually pissed off when I found I was happy, but I was like, Fucking Christ, couldn't you have told me that before? So when I gave the all clear signal that everything's fine, old Cappy just has what is likely a pulled muscle. We don't know yet for sure. But they gave a green light to every possible organ I ever had. Then when I announced it on the internet, sure enough, the gals, and it's not just one, but there's one in particular that the gals, especially that one. She was angry. She was very upset. But it's better that she's upset for like a day than worrying about me for a month. Same thing with kind of my ma. Like, I didn't do I want to tell grandma? Do I want to tell you? Like, no, let's just, because it was nothing. You know what? I could have said absolutely nothing. And today, technically as of yesterday, it would have been just fine. Would have just been all old Cappy had was maybe a pulled muscle or something minorly wrong, but it's not life-threatening. And it wasn't. And that was the other thing. It wasn't a misdiagnosis. That growth, remember the tumor I have? All right.
Yeah.
It's on the left. It's on my left. It's on the left lobe. I don't know if you know what your liver looks like, but your liver's basically got two components to it. There's the left lobe and the right lobe.
Yeah.
And my quote unquote pain is on the right side. And this was on the left side. They didn't tell me that. They made it sound like, oh, you got a growth. I'm like, oh my God, this is it. That's what it is. No, it's been there since forever. They said, oh no, you've had that since you were born. That's like your belly button of your liver. Like that's where all the blood vessels go to start forming an organ when you're in the womb.
Yeah.
And sometimes that doesn't go away. So it's like a little bit like this is where your liver started. And that's where your kidneys started. Yeah.
So I know this wasn't the technical diagnosis, but I remember somebody who might be sitting here drinking a beer saying it sounds like it could be like a hernia or something, even if the hernia is in the total different area of the body.
They gave me a CT scan and I have a small hernia behind my belly, but no, that's not it. That's not it.
No,
dude, you know what everybody should do? And I'm deadly serious about this as well. I think everybody should do this. If I was ever president, I'd say like, hey, everybody might want to consider this. We all got to get the Star Wars or the Star Trek scan. You all go through the thing because I have a hernia. I have a division in the pancreatic something. They say, you don't have to worry about that. That's nothing. I'm like, really? The pancreas sounds kind of important. Like, no, it's fine. Everybody's got that. But I have a hernia. I had this growth that's been in me since forever, which is on the left and not the right. Everybody should go and get this done. So then all of a sudden, like, hey, oh my God, like how many heart attacks would be prevented? Like we just have people on an assembly line and we just ship them right through the CTR scanner or the MRS scanner or whatever the hell the scanner is. And we just like, you go through like, hey, are you 30? You're going through the machine. Hey, look, blockage in the aorta, in the widowmaker. We better take care of that. I think that you ought to go through it because that's basically what they did with the CT scan and the MRI. And I found out I have lots of things, none of which are life-threatening, but it's like, oh yeah, you got this minor hernia, you got this division thing on your pancreas, and then you got this growth on your liver. But it's nothing. But anyway, I'm sorry. I keep rambling, but no.
No, I was just going to say, it reminds me of this Married with Children episode one time. You know that show, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
One time, Kelly Bundy was trying to like come up with an excuse to miss school or something. And she's like, I'm really sick. I went to the doctor and I have a serious disease. I have Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. Wait, was that the hot one, the blonde girl?
Yeah, the daughter.
The daughter.
Stupid one.
Well, yeah, but she ended up being actually quite smart in the real world. I think she's even a conservative type of gal.
Mm-hmm. She's from Illinois. Is she? Christina Applegate. Yeah, she's from
Christina Applegate. That's right. Yep. She's actually, she ended up, I think she saved her money.
Yeah.
And she's ended up very happy. Yeah. So, but anyway, I guess the whole old Capmeister's all right. I got a little bit of medical bills. That's about all. But yeah, the doc said it's likely a pulled muscle. All this fucking bullshit over what is likely a pulled muscle. I'm pissed off. I'm happy.
You remember how I told you I had something like that happen 10, 12 years ago or something?
Yeah, were you like looking at multiple sclerosis or something like that?
Yeah, I didn't say a word to my parents about this because until I knew...
This was when you were an adult?
Yeah, I was like 28 or something. Like I didn't say a word because I didn't want them to know. Like emotionally it sucked, and I talked to my sister about it and some others, but I did not want to worry my parents. So until I knew something, I was like, no.
Yeah, no, and that's because I was looking at like your mind immediately goes to the worst case scenario, and not like the pessimistic, like, oh my God, a meteorite could hit out of orbit. It's like, wait, I might have to go get surgery. And like all of a sudden I'm like gearing up my, I'm going to freshen up my will, power of attorney, all that stuff, because there was now all of a sudden it's in the realm of possibility. I'm going to go under the knife, and oh yeah, it might be non-invasive surgery, but if you're under, there could be a problem. And all of a sudden I need, a power of attorney given to somebody else. And so all this really dark managerial bullshit comes in. Like when you die, I love my folks because they've actually planned for their death. They've gotten rid of all their crap. My folks, even though they're baby boomers and they baby boomed, one thing I'll give my folks credit for is they've set up when we die, boom, 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 boom. Here's the will. Here's the power of attorney. Here's our instructions. They got rid of all their crap. There's not like, oh, we got to sift through all this shit. But as a young person, you don't think you're going to die. You get hit by a truck. There's a lot of shit you got to deal with, especially if you own property. I'm like, oh my God, there's estates and trusts
Well, I knew, like you mentioned, I won't say what it was, but you mentioned some things to me about planning your own demise. And I was like, wow, you're really worried about this.
No, it was. Okay. First was the cancer scare, where the next day after they said I didn't have cancer, I was still shaking because you're on this fucking cortisol high.
I remember,
and then all of a sudden, I guess you're going through cortisol withdrawal. I'm no doctor. I don't know. And then yesterday was kind of the same thing. I went to one of my favorite bars, WA Frost, because the lab was over in St. Paul, and WA Frost is in St. Paul.
Did I go to that one? I don't think so.
No, we didn't take you there. No, there was. It's all right. I like it, but it's not a mandatory thing. It's just nearby where I had to go get the thing. And then I talked to the doctor. I was like, oh, you're fine. I'm like, well, could you have fucking told me this 3 weeks ago instead of me worrying? And I didn't have quite the cortisol dump then, but it was, it sucks. It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And so horrible. Today, you know what I did today?
Well, I know what you did yesterday, but I think today you probably did something healthier outside.
No, well, yeah, I did go for a walk, but I've been doing that anyway to calm down. No, yesterday I had meat lovers pizza with bacon sticks.
So
hold on. What?
You're telling me all that, and I'm in my 6-hour period of hell until midnight yesterday. I'll talk about that later. But
yeah, I'm very curious.
I was pretty fucking jealous of you, and I'm sitting there ready to pound people's faces in.
What? I thought I was gonna die. Can a man who thought he was gonna die get some pizza?
I'm not knocking you at all. I'm just saying, damn, I hate this situation I'm in, and I want to eat pizza. And hey, this is the first beer I'm having.
Good. You should see the outfit the GF wore last night. You would have really liked it. It was.
You're supposed to text me these things.
No, I can't text you those. Those are good. They're really
good. This is one not to be worn outside.
No.
All right. I understand.
Of the many, but this one was a good one. Yeah. No, I had pizza and
which kind? Like which
meat lovers? Well,
no. But was this a local spot or a chain spot?
It's called Toppers. I don't know if you got it in Illinois. Do you got Toppers in Illinois? Because it's a chain out here in the Twin Cities.
No, no.
Okay, well it's grades above Domino's or Pizza.
Oh, I figured. Well, I heard meat lovers, so I was like Papa John's or
no. So we got the meat lovers. We had bacon sticks. I took the GF out. Cocktails. She had her Lefroy 10.
Did you have anything?
Yes, I did. I had myself a Rumplemans because I was like, damn right, I deserve that. So, but we're going to be going away from that because the doc says my liver's great.
Now you have no excuses.
I can't believe it.
No excuses.
I just can't believe it. I'm like, are you sure?
I believe it because when I visited you, the whole time it was only you and you were not drinking. Me and the GF.
No, I have gone on lengthy bouts of sobriety. I'm sure that is what has helped my liver. But God Almighty, did I punish the shit out of it in the past? And I'm thinking like, when they came back, they said the first liver tests and the kidney test. They said you're fine. Not only fine, you're great. These are great numbers. I'm like, you sure you didn't mix up my blood with somebody's piss didn't get mixed up and around? And they said no. And the same thing, the doc yesterday said, your liver, you're doing really good. I'm like, are you sure? Like, so, but anyway, no, I allowed myself a rumpy last night. And then, but it was just like, I'm celebrating. I'm having fun. I'm eating carbs.
Sure.
Yeah. So I had pizza, bacon sticks, and then I bought Borderlands 3 last night because I got back like 3. The GF came back early because she was worried, but then I gave the all clear, so she was happy. So we're like, and it's one of those things where you think you'd want to celebrate, like you're just excited, like, oh my God, I'm going to live. You know what I wanted to do? Sleep. It was that taxing.
Well, I wanted to, this is what I'm slightly confused about. Like, why didn't all of what you're describing happen yesterday? Why didn't it happen when you found out it wasn't cancer? I realized there was still some open-ended stuff, but whatever it was, you could have handled it.
There was no reason. That's the whole thing, is if there was just better communications, and it's almost to the point I want to contact my insurance company, which is the same as the medical company, say, look, you guys have really got to put yourself in the eyes of the patient, because you could have said, oh no, it's on your left side. That would have made me say, whoa, wait, okay, then, and they would have said, oh, that you've had that. In other words, I didn't have to go to the doctor. I could have had this conversation over the phone. And
why don't you research it, man? Go to WebMD.
Oh, God, that's the worst thing ever. No. People in the chat. Oh, God, you look up WebMD right now. Like,
you'll think you have everything.
I have scratchy right cheek. Oh, Christ, they're going to come up with you think you're going to die tomorrow.
West African malaria. I've got
you got the AIDS, you got the syphilis, you got the gynoherpes, syphilades. Terrence Popp would dress up in a nurse outfit to give you your death warrant. I mean, you don't go to WebMD. No,
so absolutely. Oh, sorry. You know how YouTube has little suggestions like below videos that you're currently on? The one right below my chat here says testing Pop's YouTube camera.
That's mine. Yeah, me and him were on we did that together. Well, it is him and me, right?
Yeah. I think you had some trouble figuring out the technology.
He's a little of a troglodyte, a Luddite. He's a little bit of a Luddite when it comes to technology. Pop is not exactly up there, but anyway, I forgot where I was going. So you'd think you'd want to go out and celebrate, and we're going to go to this place called Jack's Cafe. We didn't take you there, correct? We didn't go to Jack's Cafe.
I don't think so. Was that in Minneapolis?
That's in Minneapolis. If you come here again, that's where we're going to take you. And I was like going to do this big celebration, and once I'm walking out of the facility, and all I wanted to do was go home and lie on the couch.
Well, it's a relief, man.
It is, but you don't realize what you're putting your body through or your mind through until that point in time. And so we were going to celebrate, and all we did is like, I don't want to go out. And the GF's like, I don't want to go out either. I'm like, you want to just get pizza and get drunk? She's like, yeah.
To me, that's more fun than going to any like bar or club. Although I loved Psycho Susie's.
Right. Psycho Susie's was good. Yeah. So, and you know how, I don't know if you remember, because when I was chauffeuring you guys around, you and the GF got pretty hammered. Do you remember how tipsy she got?
Oh, I remember how tipsy we both got.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So she got that tipsy. Everything was fun and happy. We got back home, and we just watched some of The Saint with Roger Moore.
Oh yeah,
the TV show. Yeah. And then we watched Andy Griffith. I think we went to bed before 10 p.m.
Wow. Well, you kind of do that anyway most nights.
I usually make it to 10:30, and that's if I don't take melatonin, I'll be up till 2. So, but yeah, it was one of those exhausting days where it's like, hooray, we won. You know, think of the guys in World War II. We won World War II. You think they went and celebrated? I think all they wanted to do was go home.
All they do is bend over women, kiss them really far on the lips.
Oh, very good. Yeah. Sexual harassment right there. And then they went home, I think. And that's what it was. It was, but But to give the official announcement, I guess, so everyone knows, I'm not dying. Nothing's wrong. It's likely a pulled muscle. That's what the doc said. All the Star Trek scans showed my organs are just wonderfully healthy, which again, I think is a miracle. I don't know. That's it. Stand down, combat alert over. There's nothing. It was not all that. All that was a freaking pulled muscle.
Put it behind you.
Yeah.
Appreciate life more. That's what happened after my thing, like 11 or so years ago.
But it's not like I didn't appreciate life. That was one good thing going through this is like, if I'm going to die, I had no regrets. Like there was none of this, oh, I could have done that. I could have done this. It's like, no, I fucking wrote every book I ever wanted and I ran and I did this and I banged a bunch of broads. Like that was one good thing about this experiment or experience is, well, okay. I've lived the life more than 10 average men have. It was great. That one thing, there was none of this like, I got to run and go and do. It was like, no, I think I'm going to spend time with my nieces and hang out with the GF and maybe, go out to South Dakota for a little bit. That was about it. But
I'm with you on the nieces. I now have the one nephew and I just
got the nephew,
try to get back there as much as possible. So
they sucker you in,
Yeah, and I'm his only hope. I mean, he's out there in the Pacific Northwest. I can't have him turning into one of those.
You're not, dude. Oh, dude. Okay, I got a phrase for you. Exhibition management.
Sounds like a business school term.
You love your nephew, right? Obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. All right. I love Lucifer and Geronimo, right?
I guess.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wish people the best. I mean, even people I don't know. Why would you not wish people the best? There's nothing. Yeah. I hope you have the best. I hope everyone becomes billionaires and is happy. Why would you wish anything other? So, I guess the proto niece, the kid I never had, the Varmint, right?
Yeah, sure. I know.
Okay. So Varmint now graduating senior year, all this other stuff.
Of college or high school?
High school. And who I ironically dedicated the book Worthless to. And without going into much discussion back and forth, hey, you're smarter than this. Hey, da-da-da-da. Hey, I care. Well, I even said, I was so fucking stupid. I said I cared and I wanted her to do good. That's the first wrong. You never tell anyone, female. It could be your daughter. It could be your wife. It could be your niece. It could be your friend. You never tell females you give a shit about them because then you lose all credibility.
Could be a fucking tax client. But anyway, go on.
Anyway, so the Varmint declared her major.
Uh-oh.
She's going to major in exhibition management.
Is that like being a porn star?
No. I'm probably misquoting it. I looked it up. It's like conference management.
Conference management.
Yeah, like people go to conferences or seminars or exhibitions, and you can actually get a 4-year degree in exhibition management or conference management or whatever the fuck.
I wouldn't get a degree in that.
Which is why I tell you not to get too attached to your kid. Don't get too it. You're not going to save your nephew. The kid is either going to decide to save himself, and you could guide him. But in the end, there's a separate brain there. There's a separate human being, and they're going to make their own decision. And when I heard that the Varmint was going to do, and I gave up long ago, but I was just like, wow, the irony. The freaking irony, like all that not that I worked for, but I invested a little bit. I had a little bit, I tried to train it. I tried to make sure it went the right way. I tried to reason with it and explain things to it. And it's going to major in exhibition management or conference management or something like that. So it's
You did something really nice for her one time. I don't know if I should say what it was, but something I remember. From like 4 or 5 years ago, an unfortunate thing happened, and then you.
Oh well, no, that no, I did. That's public. That's knowledge.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I did a fundraiser for
Yeah.
her. I made, because her house burnt down, and she lost 2 dogs. But that's what you would do for any friend or pal.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, but all I'm saying for you and anybody else listening, and this is again where you got to take the black pill and go to nihilism.
Yeah.
And, stoicism, if anything.
I'm working on that. The stoicism part.
I went to a stoicism meetup.
They have those?
Yeah. It was great. It was really cool. And
is that where you like try to tell each other shocking or bad stories and you sit there like, okay.
No, I mean, I've only been to one. And the leader of the group did a very good job leading the group and had a very great conversation. It was wonderful. But yeah, you don't invest too much of not only your time, but your psychology and emotional energy in trying to help out your nephew. Do what you can, make everything available, try and explain things, but in the end, realize they're going to make their own choice. And 9 times out of 10, because it's just easier. I mean, you're the uncle in Chicago. You're not that big of an influence. The teachers have a zillion times more time and influence over those kids than you do. And just don't get let down, because I'm okay with it. Yeah, don't get let down when the kid is like, I'm going to join the Peace Corps and grow a hair bun, and
I will walk
the girls.
I will walk the fine line of not directly being contradictory or defiant towards his parents, but just kind of showing him a thing or two to let him know there's a different path than what you're going to get here in Portland. So,
and you can't. But when he chooses Portland or
I get what you're saying.
I'm just liberal black man's dick up his ass. Just whatever. Just let it go.
I won't allow that to happen. But,
you think maybe he wants black man dick up his ass? What?
I mean, I want him to do what makes him happy, but I will. What if
your sister and brother-in-law train him to be like open pansexual or whatever?
Oh, you know what? I've known my sister my whole life. Literally, that ain't happening.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So there is a limit.
Yeah,
leftists do have a limit. Okay.
Well, with them, there's a huge my sis and brother-in-law, for leftists, they're like actually not like way to the extreme as you would see out there in Portland.
Right.
Like they're before it gets crazy,
Right. I'm sure that will be all fine. Your nephew will be great. So we have nothing to worry about. Anyway, do we want to do super chats here?
Yeah.
Or what? Let's get to that.
Surprising amount here for an evening.
Okay. All right. No, that's great. Let's go. I'm already at the top. I started at the top of the chat.
The bearded.
Bearded right off the bat before we even got on.
Yeah, he did this before.
Very thankful to Bearded.
$5 will be streaming with a friend when you go live. We'll watch the replay. Glad to know you aren't battling cancer. You're just old. And I cannot find a single thing I disagree with that in the sentence. It's all like just totally accurate to the word.
Well, Bearded, send a link in the room where your podcast is. If he's going live on the streaming, I'm kind of curious. I'm always up for new podcasts and certainly not political. I hope he's got something going.
Yeah, we might have to. He might see this in a replay, so I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, he follows me on the Twittergrams or whatever. So have him Bearded. Yeah, send let me know where your podcast is and your YouTube link. I'll probably tune in.
Okay. And then we got Nonstop Jaray. Hey, Jaray. $2. Evening, gents. It is very good evening indeed. I think for both of us.
It is. He could just program that. He always does the same thing. I think I could get a bot anytime we go live. $2 donation. Evening, gents.
Man, I like the evening podcast.
Is it better for you? Your timing? Is it?
Well, I'll always be up for it, but in the evening, you've gone to the gym for the day, you've taken care of it's just you can kick back and relax, and
Oh, and by the way, I did go outside. Yes, I did go for a walk. I went for about a 3-mile walk, and not to speak too much about psychology, never felt my side once today. I even started running. I think I ran a mile out of the 3. And,
man, when it's like if somebody tells you have a problem, your mind's going to be like, "Oh,
well, I felt it. It was but I don't know. But I'm just happy now, so I can actually go run, and it is a new lease on life.
Yeah, start running again.
I will. So, our good buddy Cynic and Chief.
Cynic, $2. Tech professional older brother roundtable when? Did you plan this?
No. I don't know when we'd have a tech professional older brother roundtable.
Well, you know people in IT, right? I assume.
Right, but I don't know if people would want, like, there's Iron Geek. I don't know if you guys know Iron Geek. You can follow him on Twitter. He's got a podcast as well. Cynic and Chief is IT guy. What else? I guess Nick would fall into this category.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what will we talk about?
Maybe they'll tell us in the chat. I don't know. No. It's probably more interesting than an accounting talk. So
not much. No, that's
it's not. Jaray again for $2. I sense an angry drug Blood Elkins rant coming soon. That is true. Like, I don't know how much time you have here. We're already
the GF is gone for 3 hours.
So we're already a half hour into this, and I'm trying not to go too fast. I have more beers in the fridge, and they are strong, and I still haven't eaten dinner. So there's a high likelihood I'm going to get sloppy and start yelling at shit. And I need that catharsis anyway.
The other thing is, I mean, even if this ends early, which I'm perfectly all right with, I just
sure.
But after this, I'm probably going to go on the Masculine Geek podcast. They're podcasting either now or soon.
Soon?
Yeah. So after this, obviously you tune into the Older Brother podcast first. And then after the good shit has been served, then you go to the secondary slop at the Masculine Geek over on YouTube, which I may tune into and even be on the show. So
wow, look at your energy, 2 in a row.
Hey, I got some good sleep and I'm not dead. So now it's like fine. I'm coming off the high of cortisol dump, and
you're only missing one thing.
Nope, that is going to be definitely on the back burner if ever again.
I hear you. I wasn't doing that because I was so busy, but all right. It's maybe I should let you read this one.
Atham says greetings from Facebook jail. I don't know how Atham got into Facebook. Oh, He sent it.
He sent it.
Yeah. Didn't I post the picture?
I think you did, and he replied.
And he replied, and he got banned, even though he's the Mexican.
I'm kind of jealous of him. People who end up in Facebook jail are awesome.
You just got to turn up your game, man. You're just not good enough. It's just not good enough.
Some butthurt client of mine will see it and be like, "Well, I never," before I can get banned.
Of all the ironies, and this is the sad thing. I'll explain to the listening audience. So, who was it? It wasn't Atham. Maybe it was Elena, another Mexican. She sent me a picture, a meme, and it's just this kid stepping over 4 steps on a stairwell. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, he immediately goes to 4. So he's stretching his legs just to take 4 steps in one shot. And the first step says, what is it? College. The second step says career. The third step says marriage. And the fourth step says kids. And so this kid is like stepping all the way to the 4th step right to kids. And then on top of the kid, it says Mexicans, because the indication is they go straight to having kids. Now, here's what it's so sad. But what is humor? What is the epitome of humor? What is the epitome of funny?
Well, it's a loaded question, but the epitome of funny, there's contrasts, there's, stuff that's poignant observations, but no one will say it. That's funny.
Right. And it's delivery. It's this artwork, but especially for men, it's insulting one another.
Oh, of course.
With truth. And now there's a token amount of truth. It's not all, but I'm wondering how much humor has gone away, because all humor is picking on another person. Now, you take whatever you can. Whatever trait that other person has. Is he white? Is he tall? Is he short? Is he gay? Is he straight? Is he Jewish? Is he not Jewish? Whatever you can do to get your buddy, that's how you shiv him. You got to take every possible. Does he wear blue shoes? Whatever. Even TJ Martinell on one of the podcasts, he's like, "Look, I got a leaf," and now we've just been jumping all over him.
I think I saw that one, actually.
Yeah, right. So that's what guys do, and that's what's funny.
It's how we bond. We insult each other.
Well, it's not even bonding. It's just like, I got him. I got fucking Atham. I got him. And one of the more obvious traits, because you can visually see it, is your race. And I am perfectly all right with white jokes, but you don't hear them because it's politically incorrect. You might insult somebody. You can't hear black jokes because it's incorrect. You can't hear Latino jokes. You can't hear Asian jokes. I mean, you might hear them, but they're fucking funny. And it's not because you mean ill will towards the Asians and their driving jokes or the Latinos or whatever, but that was a fucking funny. Most of the people who liked it were Latino because I posted it. So then Atham liked it. Atham, who's a fucking Mexican, likes it, and he's the one that goes to Facebook jail, and my white ass is the one that posted it, and I'm perfectly fine.
Well, I think it was what he said, which is not at all offensive to me.
Well, what did he say?
I think he said, well, I'm looking at what he sent us earlier. I think he said, fucking Mexicans, with exclamation points. I mean, that's not that offensive. I don't know. But
that probably triggered an algorithm and he got in trouble. See, we can't, we got a bunch of fucking school marms in the form of leftist liberal white women who are censors over at fucking Facebook or Google or whatever. And we're not allowed to have fun. We can't sit in the back of the classroom. We can't pass notes. We can't punch each other in the shoulder. We got these fucking nanny Nazis. We can't even slight. How much fun is life going to be if we can't cut a racial joke against Atham?
That is
What's the point of life?
I know that's not fun to be polite to Atham. Come on, no sarcasm.
What would life be without getting your cuts and your digs on my quarter Jewish blood with the echo things and the parentheses?
Yeah, and with me, it's selecting. Let's see, poor choice of women, poor choice of careers, not being tall enough, not being strong enough. Come on, help me out.
I don't know. Anyway, hang on. You know what? I'm going to leave the studio. I'm going to come back. I'm going to try and get, how are you? Do you have the entire scroll for the
super chat
donations, super chats? Do you have it? Because I'm getting cut out here.
No, I do. Well, hold on. What do you mean you're getting cut out?
Because ultra testosterone's in there, which I'm going to ban him here soon if he doesn't knock it the fuck off. He's making everything scroll real fast. So now,
oh, I see.
We're missing all. I have Cynic in Chief up for his super chats right now.
Yeah, I'm tracking it. We're good.
All right. Is there a donation before that?
Let me check. So we go up here. A tech roundtable. Atham. There is one or two right before it. The next one is actually
the next one. All right, read that.
Aaron Liggett for $1.99 says, "Good to hear. It's all good, Cappy."
Cool. Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah,
we're good to go.
Thanks, dude. And then Cynic again. What you got? You got it up right now.
Right.
$2. Adrenaline dump is awesome. It's like caffeine times 10. Is that how do you feel after going from 100 to 0 in terms of cortisol?
It's a toxic. See, adrenaline's good. That's like this is like worry and dread.
Well, that's cortisol. Like that's
and that's
elevated.
And no matter what drug, whether it's good or bad, if it's all of a sudden removed from your system, you have withdrawal. And when it was cancer, when it was the big C question, I was shaking the next day, even though it was green and clear. Yesterday, I wasn't shaking, but it was exhausted. And I didn't even do anything. I just went up to St. Paul and back.
Dude, this is me every April 16th and 17th. I'm just like,
which I do want to get to. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I got plenty to say.
All right. What's next? What else we got?
Next is Cynic again, dude. $2. The cast of Mad Max Fury Road is sad you're okay. Didn't you write an article one time about that? What did you say? Something that got semi-viral.
I said I'm not going to watch Mad Max Fury Road because it's a feminist movie.
And it went viral, right?
And it went viral. One time I was the most hated person on the internet because it made it like the front pages of the Swedish newspaper and the Soviet newspaper. I'm like, really? Like, this is the slowest news day. Guy in United States says he's not going to watch Mad Max Fury Road because it's feminist. But the cast didn't have anything against me. It was the People magazine troglodytes, the low IQ, In Style magazine people, Yahoo News type. It was that's the people that hated my guts.
That really makes me miss Return of Kings. It's Return of Kings there's not around anymore. You can see the old stuff, but they don't post, because that was where you posted it, right? It was Return of Kings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Posted on Return of Kings. Yep. So.
It's gone. Okay.
Keep auditing me. Make sure I didn't miss anyone.
The next one is $1. You see that? $1. Yeah. $4.99. Cappy celebrated Hot Shots style with the GF and a pizza.
Movie Hot Shots?
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, but I don't know. That doesn't ring a bell.
From
the movie,
back in the 80s, wasn't it? I mean, I
think it was the late 90s. I remember watching Hot Shots 1, which was way better than Hot Shots 2.
Hang on. I think Hot Shots was still in the 80s.
Hot Shots. Charlie Sheen. Geez, who else was in that? That Italian actress who's hot.
Holy shit. You know who else was in this?
Carrie Elways.
His buddy from Men, 2.5 Men.
Oh, right. He was the radar guy, the guy who couldn't see, the walleye guy who was a pilot but was blind. Yeah.
Hang on. It was 1991.
Yeah. Because I was, Yep. So we were back in the U.S. for that one.
All right. Scroll here.
Hot Shots. You want to do Ray Johns, or are we still
Ray John? No, let's do Ray John. What we got?
$5 Canadian. I support strong gun laws, environmentalism. I am pro-choice. I like heavy taxes on rich people and corporations. I like big government.
Good.
Okay. Must be a Canadian thing.
No, he's lying. He doesn't. But that's good. You're doing exactly what babyface Trudeau told you to do.
I don't know. He's sent us some perverted messages before. Who knows what's true and what's not?
Ray John. Who listens to this show that would support gun control, environmentalism, pro-choice, and heavy taxes?
Ultra testosterone. That's the only one I can think of. Okay. Next one. Young Sykes for $2.
There we go.
Yep. Old man Cappy lives. Hooray!
To fight another day. We will.
Is that the last one? Oh no, Nick gave us one.
I'm still scrolling through.
Next one's Nick for $5.
Here's Nick Schulaner. All right.
Says, this is 2019, Cappy. There's no room for humor in the quote civilized world. Also glad everything's good, even if I did lose a bet.
Who's the bet he lost? Was he betting on I had cancer or something?
That would have been funny. I wonder what the odds were.
I'm betting Clarey's got cancer.
Let's see. Well, we'll see that later in the chat. And once we get to Jaray's here, we're caught up.
Cool.
Nonstop Jaray 360 for $2. I love black jokes.
See, they're funny. See, if you could take the race out of it and just look at the clever, there's some really clever racial jokes. And I could tell, I could tell you an Irish joke. Okay, this is a good one. This is easy.
Well, you're allowed to make fun of Irish.
You're allowed to make fun of the Irish, but the cleverness of this joke, realize that you can only tell these jokes to this small percentage of the world population. So the funny guffaw you're going to get from this joke, you're being denied 93% of the funny guffaw about other jokes of other races because we can't see it. All right, so old man O'Reilly,
Bill
he's
O'Reilly?
at the bar. Old man O'Reilly, O'Reilly, man O'Reilly, yeah. He's always at the bar, So he's over there and he's pounding down the drinks, and so he thinks it's time to get going and go home, and so he gets up, pushes himself from the bar, and bam, immediately falls down. He's like, "Holy cow! I haven't been drinking that much. I'm old man O'Reilly. I'm here all the time drinking, right, Chad? I mean, he's you see him at the bar, right?
Sure."
You just roll with it. You say, old man O'Reilly. Old man O'Reilly. He's okay. Yeah, okay.
Red face.
We'll teach you. I know you're very anal being an accountant and all, but we'll get you there. So, and he gets back up in the bar and says, okay, well, I just must have slipped. So he tries, get off from the bar again. Boom, flat right on his face. I was like, my God, what's going on? So he crawls himself back up. So something's wrong. I didn't drink that much. And so he gets up a third time, tries to walk away. Bam! falls again. He's like, well, the hell with this. I only live down the street. I'll crawl home if I have to. So he crawls home. Old man O'Reilly's crawling home. And he reaches up to reach the door to let himself in, and he crawls himself in. He's real quiet, make sure he doesn't wake up Mrs. O'Malley, because Mrs. O'Malley don't like him drinking, even though it's an Irish town and there's nothing else to do but drink, and everybody knows that that's what you do in the Irish towns, you go drink. So he crawls up into the bed, pulling up with his hands, and he kind of quietly gets in there, and then he goes off to sleep. So the next morning, old Mrs. O'Reilly, you know Mrs. O'Reilly, right?
Sure.
You say, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Mrs. O'Reilly, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I know you're Scandinavian or whatever the hell you are, but Mrs. O'Reilly, yeah.
Oh, it's the last thing I am.
Says, old man O'Reilly, wake up. He's like, what? What is it, wife? And she says, you were out drinking again, weren't you, last night? She's like, no, I wasn't, wife, get away from me. No, you. Yes, you were. No, I wasn't. Yes, you were. No, I wasn't. She says, yes, you were. I know you were. The bartender called. He said you left your wheelchair there.
Oh,
see that? Isn't that good?
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. Now, I don't know any Irish people that are going to get really upset. They probably like it.
That's probably about as inoffensive as a joke. Maybe some handicapped people might be like,
well, some handicap. All right, but you can't. All right, here's another simple one. What's the difference between an Irish wedding and an Irish funeral?
I give up.
One less drunk.
Oh.
But see, now that's funny. That's funny. All right. And if you're a man of any fucking race, you can take it and you can appreciate the joke for what it is. But we got all these nanny Nazis, all these anti-free speech people, all these fucking censors denying us good racial jokes, and we can laugh. Like, oh God, I can't say it because it's a black joke. It's a very clean one. It's a very clean one. And I guarantee you all the black listeners are listening right now. They're, oh, come on. And I can't tell you because, the fucking anti-fun nanny Nazis ain't going to let us have our fun. But it's a very funny, clever black joke. But we can't say it. I
got in trouble a couple days ago because one of my clients, I'm friends with her on Facebook, she posted some article about how the city of Chicago was doing more to help people who are blind, like use crosswalks, all that shit.
Sure, like with the beeping or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, okay.
So she linked some article in Facebook and she put, I'm happy to see this type of activity. And so I replied with, I'm sure they are happy to see it as well. And she got so pissed at me. She texted me and was like, why did, that's really offensive. Why did you say that? And I was just like, because it's funny.
Because it's funny. See, dude, there was one guy, I made a joke at his expense and I thought we were on terms, we could, and he got pissed.
Somebody I know?
No.
Okay.
And it wasn't even a racial joke. It was a racial observation. It wasn't even at his expense. He got fucking pissed. And it's those assholes I don't trust. Like, you could come up to me and give me every Jewish and Irish joke, even though I'm not Irish, apparently, or now Scandinavian joke. You could give me any joke and you're not going to offend me because I know it's not you're not intending offense. You're just trying to skewer the old Capmeister. It's like, okay, now that I'm I can tell you a Scandinavian joke. You know why?
Because it's funny?
Because they're white and it's funny. So we can tell you that.
That's
so
fair.
Ole and Sven, it's up in Minnesota and people are on the lake and they see Ole and Sven come in their car and Ole and Sven start to drive around the lake. And after 5-10 minutes, they make it around the lake. And everybody's watching Ole and Sven. They keep going around the lake again in wintertime and ice fishing. Everyone's out on the lake ice fishing.
Yeah.
And then about the fourth lap, Ole and Sven make around the lake. Somebody flags them down. He says, Ole, Sven, what are you doing? You're just driving around the lake. They say, oh, we're going to go ice fishing, don't you know? And they say, well, yeah, why don't you go ice fishing? And say, oh, we're trying to find our hole from last year.
Oh,
see, so Sven and Ole jokes. It's funny.
I mean, it. Yeah.
We can't do Latinos or blacks or Asians or Muslims, even though it might be funny and we'd all have a good guffaw. Oh, Christ, no. We're going to have Irish.
Guffaw.
A guffaw. A good old guffaw.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll see a correction with all this at some point. It has to,
I'd like to know, people... dude, they're such tightwads, such assholes over at Google and YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. We ain't going to have no fun. It's a bunch of teachers. It's a bunch of school marms in charge. And ain't nobody going to have teachers. Ain't nobody going to have no fun, no matter how mature, no matter how much we want to rip each other apart.
I thought of a potential silver lining with this. It's going to get to such a level where it's going to piss people off, where you can't do this online. So maybe we'll have more people, getting off the Facebooks, getting off the phone, and getting together in person with those of us who we know won't be offended by these things.
Oh, Chad, you're so naive.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm in a good mood, so I'm trying to think of.
I know. You be thankful you have your Chicago crew that goes to O'Shaughnessy's.
It's been a while. We need to.
It's been a while. You know what? It's just going to get further and further and further apart on those meetings because everyone. It's not that they die. They'd have an excuse if they die. They just get. Don't we know somebody who got engaged and married, and all of a sudden now he's really scarce? Yeah. You had pussy. Also, you don't got a friend no more.
Yeah.
So don't get excited. Don't have your hopes up about that. Cynic in chief again.
Yeah, man. I'd heard this joke before. Why do Jews have long noses? Because air is free.
We don't. We can't pick on those people.
Yeah,
you know I'm one of them. We can't. Atham can't even make a joke about his own race. What do you think I can do with a quarter connection to it? And it's a class. We can't do it. We can only say the Jews are great and wonderful people. And we can't make no funny jokes, no matter how fucking funny and true it might be.
Well, this $5 one is better. And this is true. I thought I remember this one time. You've mentioned having tech guys on your show to answer job or career questions for guys going into the field, like you did with Chad early on.
Yeah, we might do that. Yeah. I'll have my other buddy, my IT guy on to do that.
Okay. Nonstop Jaray again.
Wait, did we miss Cynic?
No, we got Cynics there. We can't.
Oh God Almighty, Cynic and Chief. What are jeez?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's good.
Oh, let me see. What's the difference between a black man?
All right, hang on. Everyone, no. We no one read it. No one read it. Everyone just reads.
Oh crap. Okay.
My grandpa would love that one.
I hadn't heard that one before.
I never heard that one.
Maybe you should delete this.
Oh God Almighty! Okay, I can't nonstop Drake. God damn it! I didn't even look. Hang on, what is it? It's the first between. Okay, all right. Okay,
that's the one you saw.
That's the one I didn't. Okay,
yeah,
I came from a black man. YouTube censors. Go take it up with him. Atham's laughing his ass off right now.
Like everybody I know gets strikes. You haven't had one in a long time, right?
I haven't had one, but what does it take? I mean, what does it take?
I don't even know. Like
somebody got sand in their vagina. Aaron Clarey. I mean, it is coming to the point where I don't bank on this anymore, where I will probably have a BitChute account. I'll be doing something, we'll be doing live stream elsewhere. And it isn't necessarily even the political censorship of YouTube. It's just they're becoming 1980s Christian Nazis, like everything's satanic. You can't listen to rock and roll and that has Satan in it, and Dungeons and Dragons is the devil and witchcraft and all that. That's what YouTube, the only videos that are going to be allowed is going to be a blank sheet of white paper. And it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be interesting. It's not going to be engaging. It's not going to be cutting edge. It's going to be milky toast, boring ass bullshit. Like who are their endorsed, like their main channels? It's
probably the late night talk show hosts.
The late night, yes.
They
Jimmy
rip
Kimmel.
on, Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
The Daily Show, Trevor Noah.
Who cares? Those pussies.
Those guys. Stephen Colbert.
How freaking edgy. Hey, Trump did something. This guy, Trump. Ukraine.
But you know what sucks is sometimes I'll meet people, clients, whoever, sometimes women who, I think they're pretty cool. And then they say something dumb like, oh, did you see how Trevor Noah was ripping on Trump the other night? And I'm like, God.
Just say I'm not that dumb. I don't watch Trevor Noah. I mean, but that's the population. That's the majority of people. And Google's going to have to go there. We're going to move to normie. Look, YouTube has to become normie conforming and inferior if they want to make the money. And everyone who gets a singular grain of, sand in their vagina is going to file a complaint. So anything edgy, anything. Look at what happened to Dave Chappelle.
Right.
Right. I mean,
did you watch that?
No, but I kind of want to now. Maybe it's actually interesting this time.
You should. It's worth an hour.
I mean, so he's always been kind of independent minded on his own and everything. But that's something that actually triggers your brain and makes you think a little bit, or maybe you get a little bit risque and, oh my God, oh, hey. No, it's not going to be on YouTube. In 10 years time from now, YouTube is going to be rated, PG-11. It's going to be a Disney Channel. It's going to be boring as fuck. No one's going to tune in except for the normies, conformies, and inferiors. And it's going to be no fucking different than regular mainstream TV. It's just going to be sitcoms and milky toast, boring ass shit.
We'll have a substitute by then. Like this can't last.
Yes. No, because the creativity, the creativity needs an outlet. You just need an outlet. And I know we give him a lot of guff, but I point out because he's so weird. Turd flinging monkeys on BitChute. Right. Here's a guy who talks about sex robots and taking away women's rights, which I disagree with on both stances. But you know what? I tune in because it's fucking different. It isn't fucking Trevor Noah. Oh my God, white privilege and white people. Ha ha ha. Trump and Ukraine. Ha ha ha.
It's all just orange man bad at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like, does it ever get old to do that?
No, because look at the fucking people. Let me ask you this: has music or fashion or cars changed in the past 20 years?
I mean, it has, but not necessarily for the better.
It hasn't really changed. Like, okay, in the 70s, you had bell bottoms. In the early 60s, you had straight lace. Everyone was clean cut. 50s, same thing. 80s, everyone had mullets and poofy bangs and rolled up jeans, and you got a haircut, and hairy pussies went away. And the 90s, we started cleaning up. And ever since the late 90s to today, nothing in society culturally has changed. The music is all shit. It sounds the same. Tell me the difference between a rap album in 1999 versus a rap album 20 years later today. Tell me the difference between Taylor Swift and whoever it was in 2002. Tell me the difference between the fashion, the cars all look the same. There's nothing different. The movies are all shit. Thankfully, the baby boomer movies are going, like the Michael Douglas movies have gone away. That's all done and over with. Nothing is different. It's just the same fucking slop.
I wanted to ask you about movies for a second, but I have a serious problem right now, like a terrible one.
You got to take a shit?
No.
All right, go do your thing. You want to take a break?
Just a minute. So I can
all right, let's take a break. I'll go.
Okay, don't worry. I won't sing.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes. Hey, nonstop. If you follow me on the Twitter, send me some more of those racial. Send me some more black jokes. That's good. I got one for you. I gotta send it. I'll send it. I should probably put together a book. Racial jokes. That won't make it. That won't make it. Everybody email me your racial jokes. I want to hear all the racial jokes. That'd be great. Maybe we get a compendium of racial jokes together. Post it on Amazon. Everyone get pissed off. What are you drinking now? You got a different... Oh, he doesn't have his earphones in.
So this one is a session IPA. I know you don't drink beer, do you?
No, not a beer guy. Nope.
So what I like IPAs. I like hoppy stuff, citrusy, that type of thing. This one has all the taste. It's called Founders All Day IPA. But it's only like 4.7% in alcohol volume, so I won't be like slurring my words,
I don't care if you slur your words. I'm alive. I don't care. You can make an ass of yourself then.
I'm fine with that.
I got a question here though. because the GF and a good buddy of mine, it's all beer all the time. I've never seen him drink the same beer twice. Is there that many microbrews and beers out there today?
Short answer.
I'm going to forget all day IPA, and then it'll be a new one. It'll be a new one. I mean, aren't these getting bought up or consolidated, or is there that many microbrews out there and they're being distributed?
So there are so many microbrews that are going on right now, like in the Midwest, at least. And I'm sure if you were like in Minnesota, I know there were a few. Like when I was out there at Psycho Susie's, there were some I'd never heard of that were Minnesota oriented. So it's just kind of the thing, you know, the macro brew thing is out. People don't drink Budweiser, Miller Lite and all that. And everybody is up for whatever micro brew they can find. It's almost like a hipster thing.
As much as I want to pick on the millennials, there are two things you got to tip their hat to the millennial generation as a whole. Not our millennials, which I consider special because they're superior. One, they told the baby boomers to fuck off. They're not going to work unless you pay them.
Well, that's their parents, essentially.
Well, and that's their and that's good. So they actually told the baby boomers to fuck off in that regard. So I like that. The other thing is the microbrew is one of the most legitimate forms of new GDP, because before that you had your big Budweiser, Miller, whatever. It's diversification in the good way, not the political way. It is tailored. You can get they're better, drastically superior beers to the piss water that they have over. And now you're giving all these major companies a run for their money that they got to buy them out. So
this is so good. I just got this. Is so freaking good. Always one of my favorites. Whenever I'm out, if they've got all day there, I'm like, give it to me.
All right. Well, no, I'm just happy that you got an all day. You don't drink it out of a can, huh?
Well, I freeze the glasses. I put some glasses in my freezer, and it always just tastes good. You know, it's a frozen glass. But I will drink it out of a can.
Diet Coke out of a glass cup or a glass always tastes better. I don't know. And maybe I'm going back to when my grandpa would come over, like a big thing. My grandpa, old Pop Clarey, would come over and he'd bring Pepsi and Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Nice.
And that, oh my God, that was like the thing. And you'd get a liter and you pour it into the glass, and maybe the smell with the glass made me remember fondly that. But anytime you put diet or regular Coke or Pepsi into a glass, it just tastes a hell of a lot better. So I didn't know if it was the same with beer.
You drink soda? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not a lot. I predominantly am a soda water drinker, obviously. So
yeah.
But I'll have a Diet Coke here and there. I usually have that with a cigar. Which you might go have a cigar today. The GF is gone for 3 hours. It's
babysitting.
Babysitting. It's great. The nieces and nephews I don't like. I don't hate them. They're raised the way they are. I just like, these are the non-behaving loud ones. I'm kind of like, bye.
You know what? I really feel slightly offended by this. When I was in Oregon over the summer visiting my sis and brother-in-law and my nephew, you know, I offered. I'm like, you guys can go out. You know, I'll babysit. You just have to tell me what to do. They were like, no, we wouldn't do that to you. But I know why. That's like, we don't trust you to like take care of everything.
What is it to take care? What is he? 1.5 now?
He's almost 2, but back then, yeah, he was 1.5 back then. But I mean, I understand. I don't know how to change a diaper. I don't.
How hard is it? You take the kid, hold him up, wash him off with the spray.
I didn't call him on it. Yeah, well, I think when he's out of diapers, they'll let me.
All right.
I think
I've never changed a diaper. Even though all the times I've hung out with Lucifer and Geronimo, I always like point. I'm like, no, I'm not. I explicitly had a vasectomy for reasons, and that's one of the main ones. Like, I'm not changing a diaper. I'm just like, nope. and I hate to sound really degrading. That's either woman's work or the father's work, not Uncle Aaron work. That is not my jurisdiction. Uncle Aaron has the jurisdiction of, we take them to the park, we feed them full of ice cream, we feed ducks, we throw. I'm trying to teach them how to skip rocks. They don't get it. They can throw it, but they don't understand and I'm trying to explain the physics, but I'm like, does a 4-year-old really understand, water tension? and viscosity. And I'm like, maybe I'll just, maybe wait till like 7 or 8. But
well, sometime in the future, I may need your assistance on how to be the world's best uncle.
Oh, dude, what? It's easy. What do you mean? You do what you want to do. Look, here's the thing. There's nothing more I want to do in life than be a kid again. If people were to say, what do you want? I say, I want to be 4, but with a credit card and a driver's license and a passport. Okay? That's what I want. Everything's paid for. You're 4. You get to do whatever you want. You can walk on somebody's property. They're not going to shoot you. You could go into this building. You could do that. You're 4. You could play games. You could hang out with other kids. You could play Bloody Murder. You could play Ring Around the Rosie. You could play all these games. Kick the can. You can't do that as, remember Kick the Can?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, at night you're running around. You can't do that as an adult because you're going to get the cops called on you, because if a 40-year-old guy is running around playing Kick the Can with the 10 and 12-year-olds in the neighborhood, you're a pedophile.
It's funny. I go running in that park that I've told you about, where it's like playing Frogger to avoid the strollers, the dog walkers, the annoying people.
Soccer moms and all that. Right?
Soccer moms. And the reason I agree with what you just said is that they'll have like a girls' soccer practice or whatever going on the field, in the middle of the track. There'll be nothing but parents there. And I swear, I get these like sideways looks.
Yeah, man.
It's like, look, I just want to run here. I'm not looking at your fucking kids.
Yeah. No, that's what. And so you got to use them as not a catalyst. What's a channel?
Buffer.
A buffer. No, like you're using them as a channel to be a kid again.
Sure.
So like if I have my little nieces with me, I can go and feed the ducks. If I go feed the ducks by myself, there's a bunch of little kids. I'm the pervert and the weirdo.
Right.
If I go to the ice cream stand by myself, I'm the middle-aged, gray-hair guy, scoping out your little 8-year-old daughter. But if I got my nieces with me, every single mom wants to talk to me and suck my dick. Okay,
but hold up now. If it's Sebastian Joe's, it doesn't matter whether you got a kid or
that I think Pavarotti. Go to hell. Yeah, Pavarotti ice cream. But yeah, the little kids give you the excuse to be a kid again, so you could do kid-like things. Like, I really want to go see? I'm trying to think what I didn't want to see Aladdin. But
Lion King?
No. There's going to be the next Gru movie. Despicable Me, the series.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Oh God, yeah. I can't go see that by myself. I need the excuses. I need the nieces, because then I'm not the weird pervert watching Despicable Me, no matter how much I like the series. So so whatever you want to do, Chad, as an uncle, and keep in mind, you ain't got no father-mother rules. Like, you want ice cream? Let's get you some fucking, you got money. What's great is we got budgets.
No, I'm taking him to the arcade, and we're gonna have some arcade fun.
And here's the other thing: is don't overthink it either, because one of the coolest things, there's the blue and green park, The nieces like the blue and green park because it's blue and green. It's the matting and the color of the jungle gym and all the other stuff is blue and green predominantly. So they always want to go to the blue and green park. And we were at a restaurant near the blue and green park, but on the other side of the blue and green park than where Lucifer and Geronimo live. So they're only used to going to the blue and green park one way. They were truly lost. They had no idea where they were. But it was like half a mile. I'm like, you guys want to walk to the blue? Because they were getting fussy. They're like, I don't know why their parents take them to fancy restaurants. There's no reason to take these kids to fancy restaurants. They don't sit to get in. I'm like, look, give them to me. I'm like, and we go outside. I say, hey, you guys want to go to the blue and green park? And their eyes lit up. And I'm like, can we go? I'm like, yeah, it's half a mile that way. You want to walk? We have an adventure. And it was walking there, Chad. They got to the blue and green park. They did their thing, but we saw some wild turkeys. We hiked over a stream. They never saw that stream before. And they hiked all the way to the blue and green park. And they were so excited that they walked there and they never saw this side of it. Because for them, it's all new. It's all new. So whatever you do, as long as you make it an adventure or some fun and, just do what you want to, there's no way you can fail as an uncle. No way. Absolutely not.
I just want to state for the record that when I visited you in the Twin Cities, we saw a bunch of wild turkeys when we were driving around the lake. I don't remember exactly where we were, but I remember distinctly there's a whole family of wild turkeys crossing the road.
Dude, they're all over. Where was I? I was in my old neighborhood. I used to live over in Minneapolis in Longfellow. It's a neighborhood. And I'd never seen turkeys there before, but I was driving down the West River Parkway. It follows the Mississippi River. And there was a bunch of turkeys there. I'm like, well, what the hell, man? They're all over. They're all over.
Yeah. Oh, we have a lot of super chats.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, I think Athens was the next one. Fuck for $2. Fuck the Chinese government. Oh wait. you want to talk that won't get us in trouble for saying that, right? Or will it?
No, but you want to talk about hypocrisy. All these this has exposed corporate America for the fucking hypocrites they are. They're all like, we're for gay rights and transgender and bathrooms and this and that. Look at how, like, oh my God, toxicity and that. But then when it comes to actual real oppression, oh, we're siding with the communist Chinese government. You fucking hypocrites. Oh, we're for the environment. We're for this. We're for that. Oh, but, China's kind of big. So, we're going to just buckle.
So I don't know enough about this to actually talk about it, but there was some whole controversy because in the NBA, my least favorite sport,
right?
Maybe you heard about this. There was some deal where like something related to Hong Kong and China. Some owner like spoke up in favor of Hong Kong, and the NBA has such a big presence in China that it created this like hypocrisy where NBA players were trying to protect their own like bread and butter and being like, oh, that's terrible that Hong Kong wants their freedom. It just ultimately exposed
it is. You want to see corporate America virtue signaling. You want to see squarely a Gen X creation, and that's corporate virtue signaling being exposed for the bullshit. And you fucking dipshit millennials, you fucking dumbass Gen Zers, you fucking dumbass broads, and you fucking, I can't say it, pansy. Let's just say pansy ass men who like, oh, yeah, it's organic. Oh, yeah, it's fair trade. It's free trade. I shop at Apple. I shop here. And they put the woman up because they're for the women's and the things and the stuff. And also it's like, oh yeah, but when it comes to actual fucking freedom, oh, do they collapse? Right. It's all about fucking money. I nailed it on the head a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, when I said there has been an infrastructure equivalent to the amount of money spent on the United States interstate system, where people take advantage of the interstate system. It's the same thing with the politics. We have spent the same amount of money installing an infrastructure of political philosophy, a political ideology, and that is leftism, that is do-gooderism, that is socialism, that is environmentalism, feminism, any kind of ism. It's the good touch in the fields. Oh my goodness, it's such good fucking people. And all corporations are doing is just like they take advantage of the interstate system and ship their wares with trucks on it. They're taking advantage of this. You fucking sheep have been fucking programmed to value this fucking religion of socialism and all of its various subdivisions and the do-good feels and all that other crap. But then when it comes, and it's all about the money. It's all because when it comes down to an actual fucking oppression, an actual fucking dictatorship government oppressing a free people, oh, then they fucking turn tail. And you fuck knobs who go in there, I go to Starbucks because it's fair trade. I go with Apple. Fuck you. You're dupes. You're dupes.
Right.
And you're not even smart enough to be hypocrites. You're fucking dupes.
If you point this out to them, I just don't understand. You'd be like, they're only doing this so they can take your money, right? I've said this to people. And it just for some reason it fails to like register with them. I don't know.
That's the problem is they don't. That's why I said to be a hypocrite requires some intelligence, because you have to know what the reality is and then behave antithetical to it.
LeBron James is a hypocrite. I'll just say that.
I don't even know what LeBron James
is. You don't need to know. It was related to that China thing. He's such a hypocrite.
Hang on. I got to make sure I'm not pissing off my neighbors. Hang on.
All right.
Hey, give me a second.
What do you guys want me to sing? If I don't get a request, I won't sing. Don't worry. I know Nick Shoelander wants me to sing.
Maybe not. It's just something I heard. No, and this is where anytime I hear a corporation, Target, Apple, whatever, we're doing this to raise awareness and to close the, just shut the fuck up. Did you support China or did you support Hong Kong? You supported China? Go fuck yourself.
Why is it so hard for them to understand this? They don't care about them.
This is why Operation Evil exists. Dude, you're going to have to get used to this. You're the one that's facing this right now in your busy season. We just got to accept people are stupid. Everybody listening to me right now has got to realize, look, the time for trying hard and being like Atham, let's major in chemical engineering. That's there. That's true. But if you want to make real money or you just want to position yourself, like I don't know, you want to run for politics, but just socially position yourself, you got to realize most people are dumber than fuck. And you have every right to take advantage of them. Every motherfucking right. And it's moral, it's just, it's honorable, because Tits Magoo, who's like, I get my Apple, I'm going to get my Starbucks because it's good for the environment, is then we say, well, yeah, but why are they supporting China? I don't know. It's like, no. If they're going to be that stupid, they are cattle for you to feed off of. Absolutely.
Well, I've given up trying to have those types of discussions with people, so I just whatever.
Well, let's get through some more super chats because I do want to hear about your.
I don't know. This beer is kind of numbing me out, but I'll try to maintain some.
You're not angry. You're not angry anymore. Like,
I'm feeling great. I've never been better. So Atham for another $2. It says, "I am the orange man. Look at my avatar."
Yeah, he is pretty orange. Look at that. Yeah, he does have it.
Respect my authority. Do you watch South Park?
I used to, but I haven't had time. And that's my nursing home plan. Is I'm going to watch Simpsons, South Park, Bonanza, Gunsmoke.
I recommend making one exception. They did this recent episode about China. It's really funny. So
okay.
Okay. Next was Phil for $4.99. What about sports? It's harder than Where's Waldo, Father's Day, and that's really true.
That's good.
It's so true, man. The NBA players always lead. You have more illegitimate children in the NBA than any other sport, which is really something.
Well, really? Wait, Chad, are you saying? Look, I've always saluted the athletes because they actually are the ones putting in the work.
They're putting in the work.
They're putting in the work. No, they are. I mean, that is a more than full-time job. Football, basketball, whatever. I mean, that's some serious shit. So I've always saluted the athletes, and I've given the big ass finger to their fucking sycophants and people who wear their fucking jerseys. But yeah, man, they're not exactly the smartest either. They're not the brightest.
I'll remind you about this later, but Google Calvin Murphy sometime.
Is he got 15 kids or something?
I think it was 13 kids from 14 different women. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Oh, I totally
doesn't work that way.
Yeah, 14 kids.
Calvin what?
Calvin Murphy, Houston Rockets. I totally botched that equation. That's how I know the beer is getting.
It's already here. Calvin Murphy kids.
Yeah. What does it say?
Calvin Murphy is confirmed to have 14 children by 9 different women.
It was 9. I thought he was more doubling up on there, but okay.
2004, he faced a trial in Houston for sexually abusing 5 of his daughters.
What? 5?
Well,
Ooh.
See, now is that true? I mean, really, I don't know. Wow, he's a short guy. He's only my height, 5'9".
He was, and back in the day, I think he was in the 70s. He was one of the best point guards ever. But boy, he didn't know how to, use prophylactics for any.
I will say this because it's going to benefit them, and I would love to see Google or anyone shut me down. Hey, black guys, wrap it up. No, seriously. You want to close the wage gap? Here's what people don't understand. How do we measure wealth? How do we measure economic or financial success? What is the metric we use?
I mean, you mean on a macro or micro level?
When economists or anyone logical,
GDP, right?
Well, right. But GDP, what? The GDP of Japan?
No, per capita, right?
Per capita, per person. And this is a big complaint I have about economics in general. is everyone focuses on the numerator, the GDP, the income,
right.
wealth per capita, the wealth generated by the household, the income generated by the father. No one focuses on the denominator. And if you had kids at the rate whites or Asians did, guess what happens to the income gap, wage gap, wealth gap? Guess what happens?
I'm going to guess that it shortens a little bit.
It shortens it doesn't go away fully, but it is more than halved. And a lot of people don't understand that every measure is basically per person, as it ought to be, because that's what we're trying to, the measure of the economic worth or wealth generation per human mouth, per human soul, per human mind. If you have less minds and human mouths, you really solve a lot of fucking problems. Now, Mr. What's his name? He can afford it because he was
Calvin Murphy.
Calvin Murphy, because he had, but dude, why do you think I had a vasectomy when I was 30? I could barely afford to take care of myself.
You realize I see this among my clients too, without being too specific. But
what's that? A lot of men are having vasectomies.
No, the opposite. Some men who should have had vasectomies a long time ago are biting off more than they can chew in terms of the. Yeah.
I had a client, 4 kids. I won't go into the details. You know what? The problems wouldn't exist if they didn't have 4 kids.
Right.
I have another group of people I know. They have 3 kids. They can't afford them.
And, why don't people think about that? God, I guess I'm an accountant. I'm biased.
Operation Evil.
Right. Okay.
People don't think. We got to get over that.
So I've decided Operation Evil will be a nonprofit, and you let me handle the rest, okay? Trust me.
I'm this close to getting a nonprofit together because of Operation Evil, but I got to write another book and all. But no, the day is coming. There will be a 503C. 503C. There will be a 503C, and God, you know what? There's just not enough time in the day. There really isn't. But I have so many evil plans, and it would profit me. But the real reason I'm doing it is because it's going to hurt all the right people, and they're going to do it at their own hand. It's going to be completely legal. And I just, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Anyway, this is not a $10 donation. Juan says he'll donate $10 if you chug that beer.
This is about 18 ounces, so I'm not going to chug it. Yeah.
It's a lot of beer.
I'm not going to chug it right now, but let's see what happens in the future. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Really?
What's up? I saw it. Yeah.
More racial jokes, I guess.
We can't can we read that out loud?
No, we can't read that out loud.
All right. Well.
And my Jewish friends would appreciate that joke. They probably would tell it. They've told me another one about the Grand Canyon.
I know that one.
You know that one, yes.
Yeah.
I've had several of my Jewish buddies tell me that, yeah.
Well, Jaray says that I'll send you some dark but funny jokes and memes. Good. I'm always. Do you see Vince's memes on Facebook?
Oh God, Vince is great. You know what he is? Mr. Zero Fucks to Give. That's who he is. He was a Marine. He fought in Iraq. Death Wish. I won't mention his other profession.
Right.
That guy's got balls the size of bowling balls, and you can't even touch him. How many times has he been in Facebook jail?
Oh, many. He has 2 or 3 accounts right now.
Oh, does he?
To sort of pivot between the two. Like Vince, I have never not had an awesome time whenever we're hanging out with Vince. It's usually when you're in town. I don't see him too much outside of that, but it's always it's a blast.
Vince is one of those few men that I look up to and have respect for. Like that's a man I'll shut up and listen to.
It's impossible not to respect
God,
Vince.
He's got so much experience. He's so freaking cool.
Ray John again. $5 Canadian. Chad, start watching basketball. Most entertaining sport in America. Every other sport is boring, especially baseball. In b-ball, there is more action. So my undergrad, everybody knows where I went to grad school. I went to undergrad at the University of Virginia. They actually won the entire the college basketball championship back in April, which is actually pretty freaking hard to do, like with the tournament. So I got into it a little bit earlier this year, but I don't like the NBA. I think the NBA has hypocrites, guys who have, as we just talked about, guys who have like 20 children with 12 different women. I'm not into the NBA, and I know you're not either. So.
When Virginia won the tournament, who got cured of cancer? Which kid?
No, but
all right. Well, I guess
what's just a quick question? I'm so curious if you know this. What is the name of the Minnesota professional basketball team, the NBA team?
The Timberwolves.
Okay, I'm just making sure you knew.
Yeah, I've been here 25 years, and you know how much they've won?
Zero. Like, I don't know much about the NBA, but I know that the Timberwolves have always been kind of mediocre. So
Minnesota never wins anything. I think we have 2 World Series.
The Twins, yeah, in the 80s, I think the Twins.
Yeah, 80s and 91 or 92, and that's it.
Didn't the Vikings team? I don't know.
The North Stars may have won. No, okay, here's what you need to know about Minnesota. Once you cross into the border, you suck. Everything sucks. The players suck. The people suck. The women are bitchy and kuanta ha-ha-he. The men are pussies. The sports ball is bad. The education is shit. The weather is shit. Your employers are shit. Everyone's backstabbing and passive aggressive. If I'm ever president, I literally will flip a coin. Heads, it's Wyoming. Tails, it's Minnesota in terms of what I nuke first, because it is that bad here. But the sports ball, and you want to, I think the sports ball epitomizes Minnesota culture mentality, where you have a bunch of dopey white suburban fucks praising a false god, hoping their team's going to win, and they never fucking do. It's like Charlie Brown getting the ball pulled out from him by Lucy all the time. Yeah. Every fucking year, every fucking season, every fucking team. And it's just the dumbest, dopiest men and women you could ever have in the United States. They're easily dupable. Operation Evil will have many clients.
The one regret, a slight regret I have from during my visit to you, I was so busy hanging out with you two, and then my buddy. You remember my buddy from high school?
Every day I need attention.
Yeah. I wish we just weren't doing this. I wish I had like approached some local Minnesota women to just to see how they would have reacted, we never had an opportunity to do that.
They would have been very nice. They may have even given you their number, and then you might as well have gone back to Chicago, because if you were going to show up on a date, they'd probably stand you up.
Wow. So they won't reject you outright. They'll just...
No, they're passive aggressive. They're cowards. They're weaklings. Although that could be said about most women. At least most women elsewhere, I think, would tell you they have a boyfriend, so you didn't live. But I have never seen... I mean, I had stand-up rates back in my youth of around 70%. Most of them will say yes, but then they just won't show up. Now, keep in mind, this is before texting and cell phones. But no, your Minnesota women are just... I know everybody like thinks they have the worst, like California girls are the worst. And I can understand why, because they're mental. But Minnesota women are just, they're not attractive. They're leftist because they're indoctrinated. They're arrogant. So arrogant, thinking they're hot, and they are rude. That's the main thing is they are rude. They will stand you up and they won't think anything else. And then they'll all claim they're equal and everything. You go, I'm equal. It's like, well, equal people honor their word. I think that's what it is the backstabbing nature is one thing, but the lack of honoring their word is another. So I think you would probably be well received. But if you actually did get a phone number or schedule a date, they would probably not show up. That's just how it is in the Twin Cities.
I'll run an experiment next time.
Yeah,
we'll see. All right, what's next? Nick for $2. No question. Thanks for the background noise, gents. Happy to do it.
Take that.
What's next? Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, Chris, you know what? I like this. I will do this. Let me Google.
All right.
I've never heard of this person.
Okay.
Have you?
No.
See what happens. Chris Ben. Oh, he was a wrestler.
Okay.
Okay. He died when he was 40. He's Canadian. I guess we switched to personal life immediately. I don't know. I'm not seeing. We may need you to clarify this because I don't know if I'm looking at the wrong person, but this just looks like a former WWF wrestler who died young. I don't know what I'm seeing here. Do you see anything? I don't know what this is.
Double murder and suicide, 40-year veteran Canadian wrestler.
He might be trolling us.
Yeah, I don't see anything that would link it. Yeah, he's gonna have to give us a little bit more than that.
We'll see. He's probably still here. All right. So $2 for Nick. Claps condescendingly. Time for Elkins to rant. Man, I really should have done that earlier on because I'm feeling
now you're
really
just chill. That's
now
right.
I just feel great, mellow. Everything is right with the world.
We can go afterwards. Let's go to Murray.
Okay. For $1.99. Welcome to the world of X-Men. I am the Batman.
I think Murray Sausalito might be a little bit sauced.
Oh, hey, I would say that makes two of us, but I'm only tipsy. Nonstop Dre, another $2. All I hear in college is I'm independent minded. I could see that. Everybody thinks because they're learning something that they can form their own opinions when they're actually being told how to think.
If you got to say it, you're not it. Like if you got to say you're alpha, you're not alpha.
You're not it.
If you got to say you're independent minded, you're not independent. I'm an independent thinker. No, I'm a critical thinker. No, you're not.
Right.
I feel bad for him because that dude, I feel bad for any kid that's got to go through that stuff. I mean, but I think he's computer science. Nonstop Dre was computer science. That's got to be, especially coming from the Marines or the military in general, and you're dropped into this pansified, pussified environment.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can only imagine. Phil.
Okay, Phil again. China is now colonizing Africa, but never mind that. Let's talk about the white colonization of Africa years gone by. Okay. I hear a lot about the Belgians in the Congo, the British in East Africa, where I went to high school. It was like British. And of course, the French in Central and West Africa.
Yep.
Can
we bring them like electricity and stuff?
I'll bet that helps. I just want to say that when I was in East Africa, we had constant brownouts. Like the water would get shut off regularly. I don't know if that's because shit didn't work there, but they were independent. So I'll leave that there.
We're not going to solve Africa's problems on this podcast.
Do you need us to speed up a little bit? Or you?
No.
Okay.
I got nowhere to be.
Troy, I remember Troy. Troy Kostelecki for $2 says, "Good evening, gents." Well, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Next, G. Rubel. I don't know if he's been here before. Opinion: job as a union HVAC with 60-hour weeks, but $120K a year versus registered nurse working 3 12-hour shifts a week at $80K. I'm a huge 31-year-old black guy.
I'm going to say registered nurse. If you got to do HVAC, you got to get up into some crawl spaces, man. If he's a huge guy, there's no way. I mean, there is a way, obviously, but yeah, I do the nurse thing.
Well, he said union HVAC, and so when I read this immediately, I'm like, can't you work for yourself when you're an HVAC guy?
That's not what it. He's got to crawl up into ducts. He's got to get into attics. It's not for me and you. It'd be fine because we're small, scrappy little fellas. We can,
but not
do it,
for
but
a huge,
not a huge guy. No, if you're a huge guy, I mean, imagine John McClane and the.
Die Hard, yeah.
And Die Hard. I mean, and he could do it and it'd be fine. But dude, depends on where he is. If he's down south, that's going to suck because you're putting the air conditioning in. There's no air conditioning. So you're in an attic in July with the sun beating down on you in Vegas. Oh, fuck that shit. No, I'd be a nurse. And unless he's got kids, you know, what's a guy need between 80 to 120K? I mean, 80 grand and 3 12-hour shifts, dude. He's got, I think the work-life balance is way better with the nurse. I'm all for working 60 hours a week, making 120 as you're young. But if you're big, it's just going to suck.
Have we received proof that Marcus Brown has actually seen Die Hard yet?
Oh, no. I thought you meant if he joined the Navy.
No. I meant, has he seen Die Hard yet?
No, he hasn't. Because you know what? The second he does, oh my God, this is great. He'll let us know. Fell asleep watching it on a date. He fell asleep watching. How do you fall asleep watching Die Hard?
You say on a date?
He had a date. He brought her back to her place or his place, and they're going to watch it. And I think they fell asleep. Like they didn't even bang or nothing. He just fell asleep. I'm like, how do you fall asleep watching Die Hard, let alone with a girl there?
What's cool about Die Hard, like I always am going to hang out with my folks. I mean, there were a couple years and I was with Snuckle Buckbums there where I didn't do it. But Christmas time, I'm with my folks, you know, my sister and all that. Die Hard is always freaking on while I'm there. Die Hard is and we all just sit there and freaking watch it. It's great.
Greatest Christmas movie ever.
Murray Salcedo, caca. You know what caca means, right? I do.
I'm very fluent in Spanish. It means anthem, right?
Sí, caca. All right. Next is Nonstop Dre again. For $5, I'm happy I'm extremely stoic, or I would have gone mad in college, especially doing my first semester of college in an all-black English class.
All black? Where's he going to school that's all black?
He might have gone to, what's it called? Historically HBC.
Oh, yeah, historically black colleges.
Yeah, I wonder if he...
Honestly, I don't see him doing that because how many of them offer computer science degrees? Usually those are liberal arts colleges. Maybe not. I don't know.
Well, they have one here called Chicago State that I know offers that degree, and I'm not sure if that's an HBC or not. It might be.
Do you have to be black to go to an HBC?
No. Like you
can be white and go there too.
Well, historically, when black people couldn't go to
segregated. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see. All right.
And I do think there's some white people who go to those colleges. I had a former client who was white who played baseball. He was on an athletic scholarship for baseball, and he went to an HBC. So
okay, I don't. Why does he have to take an English class?
Oh, they make you do that.
I know, but it's like what? He doesn't speak English. He doesn't write English. What?
Actually, really funny. The one course I took, because I just wanted to get it out of the way, it was called sports writing.
Oh God. Do you have your like syllabus or anything from that, or the books maybe?
I'll bet you it's in a box somewhere, but man, it was the easiest thing in the world. All you had to do was watch TV and do a quick write-up on what happened in a sports ball game. The professor who was never going to give you a bad grade because he's like, I know why you're here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Troy, for $2, says that Die Hard is the best Christmas movie.
He is 100% true. That is 100% correct. Oh.
For $5, G. Rubel again. Clarifying, refrigeration mechanic in an HVAC union, climbing on roofs but not crawl spaces, was medical and army but fearful of female heavy nursing.
He's got to talk. Okay, now I got a buddy who runs his own refrigeration mechanic company out in Phoenix. His name's Jose. I should have G talk to Jose because that is different. You're still going up there, but yeah, if you're not in I don't know. He's 31.
It's more like this is one of those that maybe we can't answer. We have to know what he enjoys more, No,
I kind of know what his question is, though. I honestly, if you're going to do refrigeration mechanic, I do that, man. I do that before I go into nursing. You can always go into nursing later. I mean, it's not like it's going to go away.
See,
but your body is going to go away. So if you want to do something physical, do the mechanic. And he's right. I hate to say it. He's 100% right, man. There is value in not having to work with women. There really is.
I would never do nursing. I just wouldn't. it's very catty, and you have to. I wouldn't do nursing.
And I've had nothing but good experiences with nursing, and when I've worked security or when I've actually gone in, everyone's fine. But I could see where a guy would not fit in, and yeah, I'd go. Email me. Why don't you email me? I'll put you in contact with my buddy Jose, because he does this shit and he could tell you a hell of a lot more. But I mean, just based on what I got right now, I'd be going through refrigeration mechanic. I just don't, because then you got to go get a degree. That's the real thing. You got to go to college, and who the fuck wants to go to college?
I gotta tell you about a quick funny text I just got. A buddy, tax accountant of mine, he moved to China because he married a Chinese woman. We worked together doing tax accounting. He goes, so how did your October 15th go? And I said, oh, it was fucking brutal, but glad it's over. And he's being ironic when he texts this back. He goes, God bless you for helping those in need, dude. So anyway, yeah. What do we have next?
Matt Sylvie.
If you could develop a modern day
Agoge.
What
I looked it up. It's basically a Spartan training, what the Spartans did to train their soldiers to be Spartans.
You got to answer that. I don't know.
I would go through sleep deprivation, starvation, poverty, physical endurance, and economics, like hardcore economics, like so you understand not just philosophically, but on a micro level. Like if you decide A, you can't do B. Like for a war, like all of war is economics. Like if we do this, we can't do that. So you understand to the penny what the ramifications are for different decisions and the costs and the opportunity costs for that. Yeah, that's pretty much what I would have. I've thought about doing Cappy camp, like be a fat camp, but
dude, I'll bet you could get some people to sign up for Cappy camp.
They'd sign up, they wouldn't keep up. It'd be a pain in the ass. They'd be crying and suing me. It's like it would basically be keep up with me. We're doing what I do, and then you'll start looking like me. And it's like, no, you're not eating that. You're having exactly what I had.
So Nonstop Dre says for $2, it was in an affirmative action program class. Let me scroll up. What was he talking about?
He was talking about his English class.
Oh, right. Okay. So
how is that oh, that's why it was predominantly black. Okay. I see.
Okay.
That's all right. Yeah. Because I'm like, well, why would that all? And I'm like, oh, because it's affirmative action. That's still a waste of time. I bet you everybody spoke English just fine in that class. I don't know why everyone had to take that class. Oh, I know, because we had to make the teacher rich.
There really are some worthless requirements in college. $4.99. Elkin should take a call from someone who wants to file their 2018. It really is a shame. Dude, if we had been doing this last night, which was kind of impossible, you would have had so much fun watching my facial reactions and like hearing this shit.
Well, we're caught up now. What was the main thing? Just standard old bullshit? I mean, was it people coming in last minute or what?
So, okay, here's what yesterday was like. I was pretty caught up on Monday. I still worked a late night Monday because we had until yesterday to be timely for 2018.
All right.
I got through everything on Monday and I thought, okay, today is just going to be, I'll finish up a few things, head out, enjoy the night. I had so many people who I hadn't heard from. People I file extensions for people, and you think if I don't hear from them, they've gone somewhere else. Right. All the better. I don't want them. So it got to be noon, and I'm still like, yeah, things are pretty good.
Noon yesterday.
Yeah, noon yesterday.
Okay, right.
So I had a few in-person appointments. No big deal. We finished everything. Right around about 5 o'clock, when I thought I was going to leave, this is when... You remember I made that Facebook post kind of as a joke where I'm like, if you haven't filed for 2018 yet, good luck.
Right.
Well, some of my deadbeat clients like saw this. And they're like, whoa, dude. Oh, here's no, hold on. So they just email me their shit and they're like, oh, dude, I remember I was forgetting something. Here you go. Do you think I seriously just said, all right, yes, sir, master, sir, I'll go do that?
Right.
I call them up and I say, you got to be fucking kidding me that you're sending
Did you
me
actually
this
say that?
Yes,
because
I was.
Good.
Dude, you haven't seen me this mad in a long time, because these were people. I'm like a babysitter in August and September. I'll email these people and be like, hey, I filed the extension for you. Haven't heard from you. Here's the deadline. I need to get it by, 7 days before the deadline. Otherwise, it ain't happening. So this is what I wanted to discuss with you. Don't you feel it's the epitome of entitlement if you email me like a few hours before the actual deadline and just assume I'm going to do it and that there's no problem? Like, am I making sense when I say that to you?
You are sadly even giving them too much credit to even think that far ahead. In their mind, they think you just press a button and the taxes are filed.
They're that idiotic.
They're that dumb, right? And you need, and you've done everything you have, and you have every right to fire your clients.
I did.
Good.
Dude, yesterday, this time, so it's about 8 o'clock here, and where you are. This time yesterday, I was having like some seriously heated phone conversations. Forget email, forget texting. I picked up the phone and I'm like, hey, asshole, you can't just send me this shit now and expect it to get done. Like, well, how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? I'm like, your fee, first of all, has been doubled. If you want this done timely, it's now doubled. Like, you would have been proud, because I wasn't trying to, like, organically be a dick. I was just that pissed off.
They are going to force you into a position that's impossible. And whether they're aware or cognizant of it or not, or what's required on your end, it doesn't matter.
They don't care.
Slap them. They don't care. They're not responsible. They're dumb. And I do not delineate or differentiate between evil or stupid. I hate them both. I actually have respect for evil because there's an intelligence behind it.
But it's, what it is.
I know. So it's lazy. It's stupid. So fuck them. It doesn't, the response is the same. You need to slap them across their face, say,
I did.
Right. And then the single mom who like couldn't afford to pay you, but then you found her on Facebook going out drinking and partying, that same night. That you have every right to kick these motherfuckers' ass and tell them to go straight to fucking hell.
After 7 p.m., because I got a bunch of these. I shouldn't have left that Facebook comment yesterday.
You should have taken it.
I know you saw it.
Done it, but yeah, okay, now we know.
So here's where I think you'll be proud of what I did. I didn't give a shit about sob stories. I didn't give a shit about, oh, here's the reason I'm emailing you now. I said to everybody from 7 o'clock onward, I gave them a quote. I said, unless you pay me right now up front using Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or Chase Quick Pay, it ain't getting done. And the quotes I was giving were double. Like, I was this pissed off, man. You have to understand, my efforts were to contact them before the deadline, which I'm never going to do again.
No.
Swim at your own level.
You are trying to.
It's done. Never again, dude. Never again.
People to tell them to file with the IRS. Adults should be scared of the IRS and be like, hey, Chad, when do I got to get this done? If they're that dumb, no.
This is over. Dude, yesterday was a landmark day for me, because I truly have zero fucks to give. I don't care if they're a current client. I don't care if there's somebody who's like, oh, we're so desperate, food stamps. No.
Nope.
Not doing it anymore.
Nope. I wouldn't even offer them like double the price. I'm like, no, I'm not. Here, look, you don't need the money.
No, I don't.
And you're a minimalist. You don't have a car. You don't have.
I have no expenses.
You don't need this shit, man. Have you ever thought about having fun? That's one thing this little health scare made me realize is like, what do I want to do for fun? I love watching Andy Griffith with my girlfriend. I love spending time with my nieces. I love playing video games. It took like almost 3 months of concerted effort, but I'm slowly getting back to where I can enjoy and relax and chill out and have no guilt. You need to get back to that.
I'm there.
Okay, are you? Can you sit and relax and chill?
I can now.
Okay.
Because no matter what anybody says for the rest of the year, I've done what I need to do at this point. It is purely optional if I decide to take an hour or two to help you, because I don't care. I don't care anymore, man. I know it sounds weird coming from me, but I really reached an odd place yesterday. I didn't used to be like this.
Yep. No, I remember. You're only improving though, as far as in my estimation. Beforehand,
I thought you would be proud.
You like Psycho Bunnies run over rampant, and you told her to fuck off. And then now you're self-employed, and now you're starting to clean out your gutter trash. I mean, soon you might even come visit us in Vegas someday. You never know; it might actually happen. That's
sooner, using one of my favorite words, soon than you think, because I got all the flexibility in the world now, and I've got zero fucks to give, especially now that I'm
yeah. I'll probably head out to Vegas in November once flights are pretty cheap to celebrate not dying. No, seriously, but it mean, it was yesterday, but I think I just need to sit and recoup. But let's put that into practice. Go out you don't have to come out to visit us, but go visit your nephew. Go rent a car. Go drive around Oregon.
Well, I think that was the last podcast I was saying. I do have to go to Palm Springs, for your family reunion. So I'll be in the vicinity.
That's fun. Yeah. When is that?
November 8th to the 11th. Yeah.
All right, maybe we'll time it. Maybe me and the GF will time it to.
We'll talk. Yeah. I already booked a return flight, but I'm sure I could change it so that I could come up.
We'll figure it out. I've been through there. I'm not hung out there. So,
you hanging in there, man? You're looking a little tired on me.
Dude, all I did was go for a 3-mile walk run.
Yeah.
And the psychology takes a toll on you. It really takes a toll.
All right.
And I'd like to be all proud. And I was when I was young. And now it's like, nope, this is and another announcement. I'm going to make it more official. I'm probably going to drop down to 75% time. Right now I'm doing 150%. I just can't do it.
Well, so can I ask you a question about this? Because I ask myself this, and other people ask me this. How will you use that time? Like if you drop down, which is my plan, I'm dropping down. Do you have any plans, or is it more just like cushion where I'm going to...
It's cushion.
It's
to survive and get by. Every second counted. Maybe more like every minute counted. And I saw myself like, I could do this. I could do that.
Yeah.
The GF would go to the bathroom. Like, okay, I can answer an email. And it's true. That's how I got ahead. If I'm in the checkout line, I'm doing it. And you're always on, and there's always something to do. And you don't realize what you're taxing your mind and your body with doing that. Then there's physically working out and running. And then my vacations are riding motor. You're not relaxing. And so what I'm doing is I'm scaling back. Like I watch TV. I'm going to watch TV,
but not the bullshit they have on today.
No, I'm watching. The Mission Impossible. I'm watching the classics. I'm not going to watch the shit they have on.
Meat TV is pretty good.
Meat TV. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hogan's Heroes, Wild Wild West, all the old classics.
And I like Charlie's Angels, but
Yeah, I might watch Charlie, but the point is, it was this extra 10%, like, and then the worry and the fret that if I didn't do that, and it's like, no, the battle's over. House is paid off. Yeah, I got some health bills I got to pay, but I won. And if I keep going at this speed and this rate, I'm not going to enjoy it, and I probably will die early. So it is taking it easy.
Well, can I ask you this? Yeah. This was something I had to confront recently, and I talked it over with some people. When you get an email, a request, block text or not, you get a request. Do you feel compelled to reply every single time?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's because of the prospect of pay.
Okay, this is where I'm glad you said that, because I was the same way. I mean, I am the same way. But after talking over with like a therapist friend, yada, 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 do you have to? Like if somebody sends you something and it's not, you don't have to reply. You don't have to take everybody on.
Yeah, but I mean, if I get a dumbass request, I'll just delete it. Yeah. I don't respond to 100% of my emails because there's a lot of mental dipshits out there.
But let me challenge you. What if it's not a dumbass one? What if you're just really, you've done a lot and you want to relax a little bit? Well, and I had to confront this too.
Well, I'll let it go the next day. I don't have to respond that day, but I will respond. This is This is just mere professionalism. They sent you they took the time to send you an email. And if it's legit, I will respond.
Well, let me rephrase then. And I promise I'm going somewhere with this because I had to confront this. If you're really tired, I know there's always the prospect of making money from these things. And this happened to me recently. Like, you can say no, even if it's reasonable, even if you could do the work. If you're just really burned out, you can just be like, man, I can't answer this for you right now. Or you can say no.
You can say no, yes. But I will at least respond and tell them I can't.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I don't mean like ignore. I just mean you don't have to say yes to everybody. This is something I've had to, this is something I struggle with.
Right. I had a guy send me, he was a noob to economics. He just discovered economics. And the question he asked was very innocent. He wasn't trying to waste my time, but he asks these very open-ended questions where he wants me to explain the entirety of central banking and inflation. I'm like, dude, that's a book.
No.
And I just said, dude, I don't have time. I just, read this book. Read that book and they'll probably answer. But yeah, I don't answer. I respond to every email, but I do not answer. It doesn't always result in a consultation.
I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, the flaw I was making, and I've learned the error of my ways. Just because somebody's saying, I'll give you money to, do taxes, you can say no. It's okay. Don't worry about opportunity cost, because opportunity cost includes time and sanity.
Right.
I had trouble with that.
Right. And what you need to start installing in yourself, I think everybody, because it's the rarity that we end up in the situation where we have more money than we do time. That's the enviable position. And that's what everybody listening in right now wants to get to, make their money to the point that you have to start turning down work. Yes. What we are running into, and I don't know if the human brain is programmed for this, is when you inevitably get to that point to turn it down, because it is so key to your survival, especially if you've come out of poverty, like Ed Lattimore. I know why he's always on. He's boxing, he's programming, he's writing, because that's how he got out of poverty. It's the same thing here. I did, but you're never going to enjoy. If you can't turn it off, you're forever going to be a slave to that mentality. And you're right at the precipice. That's why I ask you, do you make enough money with your good clients? You say yes. All right. And then you scale back.
You just summarized every problem I have with being self-employed. You said it right there.
Right. And the problem is survival.
Yes.
Especially the fact that we've all gone. I mean, I think everybody listening is adult enough or old enough to remember the Great Recession, what we went through. And there comes a time where you have to turn it off, and it's not that simple. It's not like, I go back to being 4 years old and I just play my video. No, because you'll have guilt, you have shame, and it takes effort. And I think maybe a big step for me, and I know this sounds so stupid, but it's 100% legit. And all you assholes out there listening, trust you me. I'm not going to be like Cappy. I'm not going to be like Chad. Chances are, if you're younger, you're going to be better than us, because you're not going to make the mistakes we did. You're going to be ahead of us. And you are going to face this anti-problem, or this truly zero world. It's not a first world problem. It's a zero world problem. You're going to have to calm down and turn it off, or at least scale it back. And the thing that I found that best works out is every night before I go to bed, I watch 2 episodes of Andy Griffith. Now, it doesn't have to be Andy Griffith, but it has to be something chill. It has to be something calm. It could be Firefly, Cowboy Bebop, whatever it is, something that calms you down and relaxes you. And you forgive yourself, and you allow yourself to enjoy it, and then you go the fuck to sleep. And that is the first step. And then you'll slowly reintroduce yourself to leisure, which is, for a lot of you guys and gals, unfortunately, is going to be a foreign concept. You will have become a complete foreigner. You will no longer know leisure or pleasure. And you have to reintroduce yourself to that, because if you don't, you're going to work all the time and you'll just die, and it's not fun.
Right. It's the hardest thing I've had to come to terms with in terms of self-employment. Sometimes you have to turn down guaranteed money to live a balanced life. I'm a serious work in progress with that, and I'm working through it. So,
and that's why I say talk to your ma, your dad, because your ma. I mean, your old man was working. He still works. He still writes books. I'm sure your ma has some great. No, she does. She has some great insight. She probably has some great insight. So, but for all the youngins out there who's listening, The time is coming. You will cross that finish line, and there's no celebration. There's no pom-poms. There's no cheerleaders. There's not even a line. It's all of a sudden like, you'll have the money. You'll have your house paid off. You'll be, and then it's all of a sudden like, how the fuck do I enjoy life again? And
it's hard.
It's hard. It's hard because this is all you fucking know.
When you have a 9 to 5, it's like, okay, I have to wake up.
Right,
I have to take this crowded train. I have to be here. It's like prison.
It's black and white, very, very delineated, very clear. Yes.
But the ultimate freedom is also the ultimate responsibility. And man, can it be hard to balance it all. Yeah. It's really something.
And that's why I was very proud of myself. I bought Borderlands 3 and just started playing it. And a lot of it, what I want people to avoid is, you know, you don't want to have essentially a nervous breakdown or physical symptoms due to stress, which is kind of what I'm thinking happened to me.
I know
it wasn't the liver. It was just, and now that I'm not worried about it, wow, surprise, surprise, I haven't felt my side today. And it's, you know, because bar an economic collapse. I know.
This is why I felt like there is a significant positive experience that could come from what you went through.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. And I am going to relax, and I'm not going to go into retirement. I mean,
no,
I like you assholes too much. You're a bunch of fucking dickheads, and I hate your fucking guts. So I need to pick on ass, especially like Rage on, you know, these gay people from Canada. But I really just, I'm so happy because all I want to do is have my house in South Dakota, and I want to sit there and smoke my cigars, and I want to chill out, and I want to watch Bugs Bunny, and I'm going to go hike and doing stuff, and I'm going to write my books, but it's not going to be at the pace I've been doing the past 10 years, because you can't sustain it. You just can't. And that's not living. It's not living.
Well, let's read
from the book of Rage on, chapter 5, verse 6.
It's always that Canadian dollars. $5. Lacey Green was a raging feminist leftist. She met a masculine man, and now she shuts up about her politics. What's the secret?
Dick. That's what
she really porked up. She got fat. I saw Lacey Green. Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago. She was still a feminist, but looked good. I saw a recent video. I don't know how recent it was, but she kind of looked different, and I'll just leave it at that.
That's how it goes. All right. Let's get through these, because then I'm gonna get going.
Sure. Jaray 360 for $2. The kids would show up 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, he's talking about that class.
BPT? I think, yeah, BPT. My buddy Richard, he's black. He says, BPT. I said, what's BPT? He says, black person's time. I'm like, oh, well, that's BPT.
Well, now we got, I think I can't tell if that's an L or an I. I snows, or L snows. $5. Hiya.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Hiya, Chad and Cappy. Glad Cappy got over the health scare. Please take some shekels and enjoy life. P.S. How do I get the girl?
You become a Jew. That's what you do. You light the menorah.
Are we allowed to say
women
that?
Just flock to, yeah. You could say positive things. You could say positive things about everybody. You know, just become Jewish, and the girls flock to you.
Reminds me of an old Chris Rock bit, but I don't know if I'm allowed to.
No, you're not. No.
I know.
I did security for a bar mitzvah one time at a hotel, and a bar mitzvah's for the boy. The boy turns, I think, 13 or 14. He goes through
bat mitzvahs for
bat mitzvahs for the gal, bar mitzvahs for the boy, and I think it's 13 or 14. But man, the mom was hot. I was just kind of like, oh yeah, I gotta provide extra protection to this. But they're a nice family. But I was just like, damn, like holy shit, and didn't look Mediterranean, not your stereotypical. She was blonde, blue eyed. I guess a religiously Jew, not maybe ethnically Jew. But I was like, how you doing? You know, would you like to play with my dreidel? It's not made out of clay.
Gentile.
All right, I think that's it.
We're caught up. Will you hang around for a sec after we get off?
Yeah, but then I'm gonna get going and get some food before the restaurant starts closing down. So,
yeah.
All right, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks. I want to say thank you to what?
Just one more. The bearded for $2 is vaginal mirror studies a good major?
Vaginal mirror. Oh, women's studies? No. Vaginal women's
I think he was
studies
trying to be funny, but yeah.
Yes. That's all it is. You just look at it in the mirror. We should have Clarey studies. We just look at, we're going to study the essence and cross-sectionality of Aaron, Clarey, and Dick.
Soon.
It's but anyway, I want to say thank you to everybody. I did get a lot of support, and even though I didn't like mention everything, but I did get a lot of support and kind words, which actually means a lot, especially if you're in the thick of it. So thank you to everybody out there for helping me out. And thanks for the support. I know it doesn't, it sounds gay, but it's not. It really does go a long way. It did help me in many instances there. And so yeah, we're old Capmeister's all right. I've got to go in for a sonogram.
Yeah, that's one where they just, I know what that is.
They're got, in the case it's not the MRI and the CT, everything looked great. So I don't know what they're going to catch, but there's something there still, but it could be stress, but everything looks great otherwise. So I'm just probably getting old. But I'll keep you updated on that in case all of a sudden, oh my God, we missed a tumor and it's stage 4 bladder cancer and you're going to die tomorrow. And I'll keep you up. But no, everything is good. It's
stage 5 asshole cancer.
Stage 5. How'd he die? Stage 5 asshole cancer. Had to create a whole new stage. That's how awesome he was.
All right, the epitaph. And $4.99 from Phil.
Again?
It's been fun screwing around and getting a good laugh with you guys tonight. Got to sign off. Thank you, dude. Thanks,
awesome. Phil. Thanks for the super chads. And then if you did want to help out with the old Capmeister, you could go to olderbrother.com/donate, where you can donate directly to the PayPal link, which is there. You get nothing for it. You could become a patron member when you donate to Patreon. I think it's $1 a month is the minimum, in which case you get access to the Mary Jo's tits pinups. You get access to Sanity is the Future of Wealth, my best posts I've ever written.
Whatever, they're just going there for the...
I know. But in case you had some intellectual interest, but otherwise, yeah, Mary Jo's got some nice cans. She's got and then also there is access to the road trip podcast, which I record when I go hiking or have the extra time. So it's a little bit, I just give some material for you guys who are kind enough to donate on Patreon. And then finally, the best way to help out is to do your shopping through my Amazon affiliate program. You go to olderbrother.com/donate. You click on the Amazon banner. It takes you right to the Amazon site. You start shopping, you pay. That's all you have to do. That's it.
After this brutal tax season, I'm rewarding myself with a mini fridge and freezer from Amazon that I will buy through your affiliate link.
Cool. So thank you. I appreciate it. But that's the best way, because if you just get in the good habit of doing all your online shopping through my affiliate program, not on the phone, olderbrother.com/donate, click on the Amazon banner. If you do that, that's the best way to help out, because you don't pay anything more. I get a 6 to 7% commission and cut. And that I actually feel morally good about that. Unlike PayPal, where I'm okay getting the money, but it's like, hey, you didn't get anything for it. So.
We got a couple more super chats. Yeah.
All right. They better go up in price, because I got to get going. So, all right.
Ice Nose for $2. Cappy can only get colon cancer. Okay.
My uncle got that. That's what I was really worried about.
All right.
He got cancer all over, and that was like the worst thing. I was like, that's what I was really worried about.
Well, then Nick Schulander for $2 says, holding you hostage for a little while longer.
Well, you can find it at nickschulander.com if you're looking for any digital marketing.
The guy's name's Seth
Himes.
Himes, yeah.
He's a student of Seth Himes at indemandcareer.com. So if you're looking for a job, check out indemandcareer.com. Now the $2. Here comes the peanut gallery.
It's like Troy. A troll, but a fun troll. Troy, turn the damn stream off and enjoy your night.
Well, stop sending us money, Troy.
Oh, Murray's here.
Murray.
$1.99. What's a good business idea? Telling people what they want to hear, even though it leaves them in a much worse position than they were before. It's a great business idea.
For a man, it's STEM. For a woman, if you're hot, show your vagina on the internet and charge for bath water. That's the best way.
Oh, man.
The seeking arrangement. What?
No, we got another one after that. So
my thing isn't updating.
$5.56. Sassed one too many. Who is the celebrity hunk of the of our chat? says, just woke from a 4-hour nap. What did I miss?
Nothing. Hey, where's Bacon? Bacon, I've been tuning into Bacon. We should give him a shout out too. TheGoddamnBacon.com. We haven't seen Bacon in a while.
Right. Was he there with you and DT last week? Or
no, I think he got banned out of YouTube, so maybe that's why he can't make a comment. But I kind of miss the 556. I was like, oh yeah, Bacon used to do that. So check out Bacon at TheGoddamnBacon.com. Good podcast there. Been listening to that. All right, that's it. Thank you everybody for all the support. Nonstop Dre, $2.
Nonstop Dre, $2. The show must continue.
All right, we're out of here. You want to take us out?
You hang around. Toodles.
All right.